I want you to close your eyes and think about the cold water on your skin, the fish swimming around your feet, the cold breeze in your hair, and finally swimming through a pile of marine debris. As that pile is getting thicker and thicker, I want you to imagine that your body cannot swim anymore. You feel like you're getting wrapped around plastic and you have nothing to get yourself out with. What will you do? Will you have a panic attack or will you just drown? A lot of sea life is being pressured into our waste, causing them to have plastic around their bodies, in their nostrils, and of course of dying. With that being said, I'm here to persuade you that our oceans are being destroyed by our own pollution. According to the CQ Researcher database by Jane Fulton, plastic pollution last updated December 7th, 2018. Plastic was clogging landfills, slurring cityscapes, flouring oceans, massive debris fields, and killing sea creatures that ingest everything from fishing nets to all the way to plastic containers. As well, from that same article, or same journal, the problem has become so acute that our plastic could outweigh oceans by 2050. And I understand that right now we're going through a global pandemic, but our ocean life is going through a polluted pandemic. And if we don't stop now, we will be facing a future problem, a problem for our future generations. I am very concerned about the state of our children, our future children, our sea life, of course our sea supply. And with the amount of information that I have collected over the years of extensive research, it has led to me that my final decision is that we need a change. And again, I'm here today to talk to you about protecting and preserving our world's oceans. First, I will talk about how the effects of water pollution is affecting our oceans. Next, I will explain how organizations have created simple but very huge solutions that will help create a life cycle. And finally, I will show the alternatives in keeping our oceans safe. Now that we're familiar with what we're going to discuss, let's jump right into what is going on inside our marine pollution. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is named after the Pacific Trash Vortex, which is an area of marine debris particles in the North Pacific Ocean. Marine debris is anything that is man-made, so including plastic, wood, rubber, cloth, metal, all the way to anything that is man-made from us. According to the U.S. Department of the Interior Marine Debris Impacts of September 19, 2019, it is believed that almost 8 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans every year. Mine make up 80% of our all marine debris surfaces waters to the deep sea. And with that being said, our oceans are almost filled with plastic. Our sea life and food will be starting to decrease because of the dramatic pollution in our oceans. Also, from U.S. Department of Interior, the plastics such as grocery bags, plastic bottles, and even plastic silverware, if ingested, could accidentally kill sea turtles, seabirds, and marine mammals. Sea mammals are fighting for their lives, but with our pollution in their oceans, some animals are becoming extinct. For example, sea turtles, whales, sharks, and of course sea lions. As a part of the marine debris category, high levels of toxic chemicals are becoming a new rise in our ocean statistics. According to the UN Environmental Programming, extraordinary levels of a chemical in the deepest area, Furana, which is also known as sea creatures, 2017, scientists have found that extraordinary levels of toxic PCB and PBDE in our oceans are forming to the two world's most biggest oceans. So it is caused by the plastic, what plastic is made of. Chemical pollution is commonly man-made, so all our pollutants really come from pesticides to herbicides, fertilizers, to almost detergents, oil, industrial chemicals, and of course our sewage. And most of those pollutants actually come from our coastline, so not from our trash bins or even our beaches. With the affecting chemicals and mixed with the marine debris creates a very high level of ocean pollution. The amount of gasoline, so for example, if we had a lot of gasoline in our ocean, we would be very sick. But if, say, for example, we were to digest gasoline, a small amount of gasoline, that could cause burns in our lungs, as well as our throat, vomiting, diarrhea, and in very large amounts, even death. So why would that, in some cases, if that could affect us, what would that happen to our sea life? According to the National Ocean Service, NOAA highlighted how does how does this impact marine life? Oil destroys insulating ability of fur-being mammals such as sea otters and even water repellency bird feathers, creatures within the harsh environments. So many birds and animals also ingest oil. I'm just going to show you here. Ingest oil when they do try to clean themselves, which they can be very poisonous toward them. And if these sea creatures actually digest the oil, it can actually, by mistaking it for food, it can actually affect their lungs, their immune functions, and of course their reproduction system. Now that we have discussed what the major issues surrounding our oceans pollution, let's jump right into solutions that will help preserve and change our habitats. There are several different ways to help stop ocean pollution, and one way is to donate or support organizations that help clean up our oceans or even our beaches. These small organizations really make a really big difference in our oceans, and collecting marine debris by floaters. So that's what they use as these floaters here. And let's go down here. So this is the company here. The system provides an actual collection of marine debris or trash to be grouped in. In order for them to bring the shore or picked up by garbage, these collectors active collect methods being designed to navigate through powerful winds in harsh environments. So according to the Ocean Cleanup Garbage Patch 2020, the system consists of a long-term floater that sits at a surface of the water and skirts that beneath it. The floater provides buoyancy to the entire system or even to the cod end. Another way to help trash from blowing into our oceans or even being dumped into is to start using reusable products such as metal straws, bottles, silverware, or even etc. As well as using less harmful chemicals and things that are good for both animals, sea animals, and humans. According to the National Geographic, A Brief History of How Plastic Straws Took Over the World by Sarah Gibbons, January 2nd, 2019, in just the US alone, estimated suggests 500 million straws are used every single day. By using reusable materials or metal straws, we can help protect sea turtles, sea lions from getting plastic stuck in their nostrils or even in their mouths. By having reusable products, we are able to clean and reuse these items millions of times before getting rid of it, making it safer place within our mainland and our oceans, as well as having reusable organic cotton towels, grocery bags, water bottles, and even biodegradable trash bags will help save our world environment from land to our oceans. And by creating bio-friendly ingredients used in detergents or even cooking oils will help provide a lifestyle better for our marine life. And lastly, I really want to talk about the biggest difference and how we can really come together as together pretty much. Lastly, but not least, help support the world by staying informed on the issues related to the plastic problem, toxic chemicals, of course other related ocean pollutions will help be more aware of the problem. So by that you can tell your family, tell your friends, and at mostly you can inform our social media by surrounding the most relating topics to oil spills or even let's go with toxic materials. And now that we have looked at the possible solutions to help create a better world oceans, let's discuss the expected results as well as what we should do and to act now. I want you to imagine living on Earth without water. How would we survive? And without water, wouldn't we be able to live? We wouldn't be able to live for another day. Now, imagine living underwater, but as a fish. You are now breathing toxic chemicals, eating trash, and finally dying because of our human waste. But is that fair? We need to take a charge now. We can help protect our oceans, our sea life, and our food supply. With all the solutions in the world, the three main are cleaning up beaches and oceans, using reusable materials, and as well as spreading the word. In the next 50 years, it's up to us to make a huge impact. Eventually, we could be surviving to the fittest. In conclusion, today we have talked a lot about how oceans became dangerously high in pollution, new solutions that will help and provide rescue for our marine life, and imagining the worst before getting better. Again, it's very important to secure the lives of our sea mammals and our oceans in order to protect and preserve the environment. By preserving our marine life, we are able to protecting the pollution from them, and we are providing a healthy lifestyle to our environment. The solution will create a better lifestyle toward our safety, our protection, and our power for sure. And with this step-by-step process, we could achieve the ability to clean up oceans by 2050. And to close, I would like to say that today is a day that we can make a new change, create a new vision, and even see the world a little bit different. Today's a day you can make a world a safer place. Thank you.